Have you ever wondered what makes up everything around us? The answer is surprisingly simple and extraordinarily complex at the same time: atoms. The atom, the basic particle of the chemical elements, is the building block of all matter. Imagine an atom as a miniature solar system. At the heart of this system is a nucleus, a dense core of protons and usually neutrons. The number of protons within this nucleus is what defines the chemical element. For instance, an atom with 11 protons is sodium, while one with 29 protons is copper. Surrounding this nucleus, in a cloud of electromagnetic energy, are the electrons. These tiny particles are negatively charged, contrasting with the positive charge of the protons in the nucleus. When the number of protons and electrons are equal, the atom is electrically neutral. However, if there are more electrons than protons, the atom becomes a negative ion, or anion. If there are fewer electrons than protons, it becomes a positive ion, or cation. The size of an atom is almost unfathomable. Picture a human hair. That's roughly 1,000,000 carbon atoms wide. These particles are so small, they are smaller than the shortest wavelength of visible light, making them invisible to the naked eye and even conventional microscopes. Despite their size, atoms pack a punch. More than 99.94% of an atom's mass is concentrated in the nucleus. The protons and neutrons within are bound together by the strong nuclear force, a force so powerful it overcomes the electromagnetic force which would otherwise repel the positively charged protons from each other. Yet, under certain circumstances, the electromagnetic force can overpower the nuclear force, causing the nucleus to split and transform into different elements. This is a form of nuclear decay. Atoms don't exist in isolation. They form connections with other atoms through chemical bonds, creating compounds, molecules, and crystals. This ability to connect and disconnect is responsible for most of the physical changes we observe in the world around us. The science that studies these changes, that's chemistry. The concept of the atom is not new. The idea of indivisible particles is an ancient one, found in many cultures. The word atom even comes from the ancient Greek word atomos, meaning uncuttable. However, our modern understanding of the atom is based on scientific reasoning, not philosophical. In the early 19th century, John Dalton observed that substances seem to combine in discrete and consistent weight units. He used the term atom to describe these units, laying the foundation for modern atomic theory. So, to recap, an atom is a tiny particle that forms the basis of all chemical elements. It consists of a nucleus of protons and often neutrons, surrounded by a cloud of electrons. The number of protons in an atom defines the chemical element, while the number of electrons determines whether it is neutral, a cation, or an anion. Atoms can bond with other atoms to form compounds, and these interactions are the basis for most physical changes in nature. This is the magic and wonder of atoms, the tiny particles that make up everything we see, touch, and are.